Welcome to Tech Talk 2020 with Sanjay Parker. I'm here with my exciting and very, very cool co-host, Mike Carswell. And we're here to talk to you about all things technology for your home, business, and your life. Today we've got an exciting show lined up for you. We're going to be talking about augmented reality and this Pokemon Go phenomenon that Mike is really wrapped up into.
Excuse me. Hey, good afternoon. Good evening, everyone. This is Mike Carswell here on Tech Talk 2020 with my lovely host here, Sanjay Parker. We do love hanging out with each other and talking about the great things in the world of technology. But I have to tell you, I'm a little excited about the Pokemon Go thing that's going on here, but simply because I don't know much about it. My kids did the Pokemon thing. I was an observant father. I tried to trick them a few times and created my own Pokemon, and some of the phony names I came up with were Charchanger and a couple other names, and they laughed at me. But no, I'm out of the loop, my brother. I'm looking for some education. One of my children talked to me this week about Pokemon Go, and I went, "Where do you want me to go?" So it was kind of funny.
Did they answer that, or you're not allowed to say that on the air?
Ken had to be there.
That's awesome. So, yeah, thank you guys again for joining. We are going to start off by explaining a key concept here. So, with augmented reality and geocaching and your GPS, this is how Pokemon Go works. But before we get into the actual game mechanics, let's talk a little bit about geocaching. Mike, now I knew you had some...
I'm sorry. I wanted to play my Pokemon theme
Let's
music.
hear it.
I'm sorry. It was pretty...
Oh, no, we'll do it later.
Okay, we'll hold.
Yeah, let's table it. Everybody, I know they're on the edge of their seats.
Pokemon Go.
So geocaching is... Have you done geocaching, Mike? You said
I've only had a couple friends of mine who discussed it with me, that they were doing that, and I did a little bit of research on geocaching, but not enough to be a spokesman for the process.
Got it. So in essence, it's something that started a few years ago, especially when we have these smartphones that are enabled with GPS locators and also a screen interface. So you can walk around and you can sign up and you can find these geocaches. So an example would be I set up a geocache somewhere in the middle of a local set of woods. Name your favorite woods.
My favorite woods would be...
Wicked Woods, the golf course?
Wicked Woods, the golf course. I've been there a few times. Let's go to Payne Falls. It's a park.
Payne Falls.
Yeah.
Wow.
Have you been to Payne Falls?
No, it sounds like an oxymoron. Like
it's out
when
in
I
Concord.
fall, I have lots of pain.
No, it's a beautiful waterfall. It's out in Concord.
Oh, that sounds awesome. So let's say you go ahead and in the woods there, somehow you go ahead and you set up a little box with some treasures in it. And you put a little log that people sign, and you can just put in the GPS coordinates. Well, that becomes a geocache. Other people in the area will say, oh, I'm going to go to Mike's geocache. I'm going to go there. And I might find a log. I might find a box where I put something that means something to me. I might just have a little notebook where I sign my name and the date and time I was there. Kind of a cool way for people to commute in a way, or
Connect,
yes, in a way that's not requiring them to be there at the same time. That's geocaching. Sometimes there's treasures where you find things and bury them and all kinds of cool stuff.
It's just kind of sounds like a fun scavenger hunt. Electronic.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Everybody out there, you got that. An electronic scavenger hunt. That's another name for geocaching.
Yep. The other thing that's really relevant to Pokemon Go is something called augmented reality. Now, we talked about virtual reality a few episodes ago, and that's where you're immersed in an alternate reality where everything you look at is made up. Augmented reality is where there's some things that are real and some things that are figments of your imagination. I guess that could apply to a lot of different...
I'm going to say augmented reality. The first thing that came to my mind was, what happens in the bar.
Yes, that is called beer goggle virtual reality. Yeah,
that's okay. When the guys get beer goggles, isn't that augmented reality? That would qualify.
There's a great joke here. I've got to say this.
Lay it on.
And it's safe. So one time there was this guy at a bar, and he had this augmented reality frame of mind. He had a little too many drinks, a little too many martinis. And so the guy next to him says, hey, I know I can jump out of this window on this, we're on the 12th floor in New York. I can jump out of this window and there's a virtual ledge on the edge. You can't see it, but when you jump out, you just stand there. You'll be totally safe.
Sweet.
And the guy goes, no, I don't believe it. So this guy went and jumped out the window and he stood right there and he said, look, see, there's a virtual ledge. It's invisible. Now you try it. He came back in and the guy jumped out and fell to his death.
Oh, no.
When he got back, the first guy gets back to the bar and sits down. The bartender says, Superman, you are really mean when you've had a few drinks.
All right, everybody, rate his joke.
That's
that was
the
pretty
first joke ever on Tech Talk 2020.
That's right.
And probably the last. So anyway, augmented reality. So this has business purpose, and it has some historic precedence. Autodesk, the company that allows you to create CAD designs, they have an augmented reality app where you can actually look at, let's say you design a building or a machine.
Okay.
You can look at it through a lens and like spin it around. You can take it, place it in a field, and see what it would look like. That's augmented reality. So you combine the real with the unreal.
Let me throw something else at you so we can incorporate a little bit of designing. My kids used to play a game with, I can't remember the specific, roller coaster, where they build their own roller coaster, and then they could take it and kind of spin it, look at it. However, in Sims, when you build a building, and there's building games for architect enthusiasts that would kind of emphasize or sell augmented reality.
You got it. And so that would be the one half. And then when you layer that onto something that's real, for example, IKEA does it. If you go to IKEA, you can look at a wall color scheme in a room, right? And it's nothing else on the wall, right? And you're like, oh, that blue and yellow stripe pattern looks kind of cool.
It doesn't. No, it's just University of Michigan, and I'm wearing an Ohio State cap. Don't say that.
Oh, the scarlet and red
and gray
wall.
Scarlet and gray.
Yeah, it looks really good on the wall.
Much better.
And so you take your virtual reality, your augmented reality app, you hold up your phone to the wall, and it uses the camera to show you the wall, but then it projects like a bookshelf and some furniture. Now you see what that wall would look like populated with furniture.
Augmented.
That's augmented.
Actually, we did some augmenting in our home over the last week or so, and it started out just simply augmenting the bathroom. But the next thing I know, there's another whole bedroom that was augmented, and I'm just praying to God that there's no more work coming out of this augmentation.
I think your wife is trying to augment your skill set by having you do some new things.
It's the expanding augmented honeydew list is what it is.
So here's another example of augmented reality that's been used successfully in the past.
Okay.
Think about the heads-up displays on some of the newer vehicles where you can kind of see some of the speedometer and everything on your windshield.
Yep. Okay, yeah.
Some of the advanced collision detection systems will show and highlight that, hey, there's an object coming up ahead. So that's augmented reality. Another example would be the thing that started off was this Run Zombies game. Have you heard of that?
No, I have not, but I'm fully aware of what a zombie is. I know a few zombies.
So
personally,
you listen to this thing on you download the app, you play it. This is 5 or more years old, which is like an eternity in this industry. And you plug in your headphones and you start running. And it tells you, okay, it knows where you're at. It runs your pattern. It says you run 1 mile here. Then it says there are zombies coming up 500 feet ahead. And they're chasing you, so you run faster. And then, okay, you could, if you don't run fast enough, they get you.
So
but then
do
you
people
can
like this? They think this is a fun thing?
It's a motivational tool, no doubt. I mean, you know how mean zombies are. I don't want to get caught by one, even if it is in my head.
Wow. Okay.
So another example. Well, I think that's enough example. So that's augmented reality. I think everybody understands that now, and it's a key component. So geocaching, using your GPS, finding coordinates, and also augmented reality. Those are the two components of this whole Pokemon Go phenomenon.
Right. Well, we need to get smarter together. I mean, so everybody out there who has not downloaded the Pokemon application on your phone, or those of you who do not have a smartphone, they need a little bit of education on what it is. So I'm going to just say Pokemon was a famous, fabulous children's Japanese-driven TV show. How many years ago was the show on popularly? I know my kids are 20s, and they watched it when they were younger. So.
Yep. Started in the 90s. I think the franchise started in mid-90s,
Gotcha.
96. And really, it's a role-playing game, right? You are a Pokemon. The humans are called trainers.
Okay.
And the Pokemon are called Pokemon. And my son and daughter, Paxton and Kinsey, who are listening right now, they watch the Pokemon shows. And there's different generations and series of it.
Well, we need to define a Pokemon. Did you know what Pokemon stands for?
No.
I'm going to educate. See,
yes,
we're getting
hear.
smarter together. It's a pocket monster.
That sounds scary.
I know it does, but some monsters aren't scary. I mean, you like Herman the Monster, don't you? Herman Monster, and remember Monsters Inc. and know, Mike Sikowski or whatever his name was. He was a happy monster, the one big eye, Billy Crystal's character.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It was pretty cool. So all monsters aren't scary, but Pokemon some derivative made up.
That's awesome.
Fancy word. It's called Pocket Monster.
That's fantastic.
So
I wonder if my
monsters
kids
in
knew
my
that.
pocket.
I wonder if my kids knew that.
I don't know if my pocket.
So it's created by Nintendo, right, and
Yep.
some other people, and it's really booted up their franchise. So the thing about Pokemon, so you capture these Pokemon, and the idea isn't that you're keeping them as captive animals. They're crazy animals too, but the idea is that you develop them and train them, and they evolve. So a Pokemon can evolve into a new form by going through.
What am I training them to do? Answer the phone?
Well, they fight.
Open
They
the
fight.
refrigerator when I need something to
They
eat?
primarily fight.
Oh, okay.
They fight and eat.
So I kind of take on the role of the I'm a boxing or fighter coach.
Yes,
Okay,
you
cool.
got it. You got it.
I'm a trainer, like you said.
And so, as a trainer, you can go to gyms where they have these battles where you battle somebody you don't know, and you protect your Pokemon. You don't let it get really terminally hurt. They just get tired and expended. Then you pull it out. So usually you have 3 Pokemon. They have 3 Pokemon. Some have, all of them have weaknesses and exploitative abilities and offensive capabilities. So you try to pit and pair. So it's a strategy piece.
So we all become kind of Burgess Meredith, is what you're saying.
I'm not sure who that is.
For those of you out there who don't know Burgess Meredith I don't know where he got his start, but I know him as he's the guy that was, I think he played the Penguin on Batman, and then he became Rocky's trainer.
Oh,
Rock, yeah.
Mick,
yes.
Cut me, Mick, cut me.
His name was Burgess Meredith.
I thought that was 2 girls' names. Anyway,
well, Burgess
that guy
Meredith
is a
was
legend.
a trainer. So I'm going to be Burgess Meredith for my Pokemon that I catch. Is that
You're
what
going to be
saying?
Mick.
No, I'll be Mick. I'm the trainer. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But you're not going to die, though, in episode 3 and be taken over by a robot and Polly.
Oh, that was bad.
Yeah, remember all that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I love the Rocky series. So anyway, here we go. So you train these Pokemon, you battle, you capture them, okay? And you
people need to understand that you're not capturing a real thing that's live. It is simply what is it?
No, we're not talking about the game yet.
Okay,
it's
sorry.
still the Pokemon,
Okay, we'll go back.
watch the stories,
My
the
bad.
movies, the series. Capture these Pokemon, and they stay in these Pokeballs, which are about the size of, I don't know, a softball. You got it. You nailed it. So, and they get in there, and when you want to use them, you throw it on the ground, and they come out, and they usually bend to your will. They're good listeners, right? They know you're taking care of them, and there's some recalcitrant Pokemon, but typically, they're there. And then they battle, and then they get, more evolved forms. The idea is it's really an interesting premise. Trainers and Pokemon, humans and Pokemon will live in harmony, right? It's a symbiotic relationship. They need each other.
Kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya. I'm sorry.
Yes, and
Peace
that's
for
it. So
everyone.
when we come back from our break, which we're going to take in a moment here, we're going to talk about the actual Pokemon Go. I wanted everybody to have the background here of what's going on. And we'll talk about this phenomenon. It's actually being rolled out in waves based on geography. So different parts of the world don't even have it yet.
Wow. Well, we want to thank you guys for tuning in for the first part here of Tech Talk 2020. And we appreciate you joining us on WINT.com, WINTradio.com, or just hearing us here on 1330 AM WINT. But also now we are simulcasting on an FM signal at 101.5 FM on Integrity Radio. So thank you for listening in. We will talk to you soon after the break. Get your Pokeballs ready.
Chevrolet is your commercial truck headquarters. We have dump trucks, chassis cabs, pickups, cargo vans, flatbeds, every kind of truck for every kind of job. If you're a business owner looking for a truck, we got them. Come get them at Pat O'Brien Chevrolet.
The end of summer is rapidly approaching, and it will soon be time to start or return to college. In addition to school supplies and household items, your child might also be in need of a new mattress for their apartment or dorm. This is Ron Trzynski, and at the Original Mattress Factory, we manufacture twin extra-long mattresses and box springs in addition to all standard sizes. Twin XLs are approximately 5 inches longer than a regular twin size and are commonly used in college dorms. They are not usually kept in stock, however, and can therefore be hard to find. If we don't have something in stock, we can make it within a couple of days. And you can find a list of all available models as well as pricing information at originalmattress.com. In addition, we offer delivery to a number of colleges and universities in the area and can provide rates and availability at your request. So stop by an original mattress near you and experience more than just a mattress store. Experience an original. Or check us out on the web at originalmattress.com.
Bump into somebody you don't know? Excalibur Auto Body. For years, Excalibur Auto Body has been fixing the dent without spending the rent. There's one near you. They're ready when you are. ExcaliburAutoBody.com.
The Shintas return to Hard Rock Roxino Northfield Park, Saturday, July 30th. Enjoy classic hits that span several generations, from Dean Martin to Ray Charles to Bruno Mars. On sale now at the venue box office or online at Ticketmaster.com. The Shintas, Saturday, July 30th at Hard Rock Roxino Northfield Park.
Thank you, and welcome back to Tech Talk 2020 with Sanjay Parker. I'm here with my humble co-host, Mike Carswell. Today we are talking about augmented reality, geocaching, GPSs, and the Pokemon Go phenomenon. Thank you to our sponsor, Cleve Space Interactive, frictionless IT for smart businesses. If you need help with websites, security, networks, or anything related to IT, call Cleve Space Interactive, 440-360-7360, clevespace.com, clevespace.com.
Welcome back, everybody. And if you are out there and you have some significant knowledge concerning Pokemon Go, feel free to hit us up on Twitter at Tech Talk 2020 or our Facebook page, which is also Tech Talk 2020. We just need information here. Remember, guys, I'm the oldster here. And when someone said Pokemon Go, I just thought that there was somebody walking into the room and I needed to be careful and look out what was coming my way. But no, I'm getting an education here about augmented reality. And come on, augment my ears some more, Sanjay.
Right. So here's how Pokemon Go works. So you download an app, of course.
Yep.
Sign up. Pick a character, which is a trainer. You can name the trainer whatever you want. In your case, it would be Leroy Carswell.
Yeah.
The third. And so you would then go around. You can't exist or do anything in the game without having some Pokemon.
Wait. So I've got my Pokeball. I get that when I join up and get the apps, just like having my phone, my Pokeball, they all run together. So I'm all ready to go. So I need to go out and catch something.
You do.
Okay. What if I don't want to catch anything? Will it eliminate me?
No, you'll just be lonely. You'll never advance to the level. So some of my favorite Pokemon characters from my kids, I think Paxton likes Durantula, Mega Blaziken, Bulbasaur. Kinsey likes, I think she likes Squirtle, Charmander, and then Pikachu is her favorite, of course. Every little girl loves Pikachu. And you can get those characters, pretty early on in the series.
Yeah, we forgot to play our music.
Oh, yeah, here's the music.
Oh, man, we can talk over this.
I'm mesmerized.
I think you think it's really, really cool stuff.
I think it's cool stuff. So you download this app, you sign up, and then you start.
Here's the theme part. Ready?
Oh, let's hear it.
Look at Sean dancing in there.
Can you sing, please, Mike? Sing on top.
Not this one.
Backing vocals?
No, I don't want anything to do with it.
So you get this app.
Yeah.
You start walking around. Okay, so you walk around, and instead of looking around you so that you might not fall into a manhole or run into the side of a parked vehicle,
I've heard that.
You actually look through your phone screen. And so the camera is showing you where you're walking. That's your window into the real world.
So wait a minute. I'm looking at my phone.
Yes.
And what I'm seeing is me walking or...
No, so you're looking at whatever's in front of you. So that's your window into the world. So imagine the phone in front of you.
Okay.
Whatever you normally see, you're going to see through the phone. However, what it will do is, and you have the choice, you can see the real world or you can even see a drawn fake world that you're walking through, so you're totally disconnected from the actual world. But
I think a lot of you guys live in a fake world.
Right. I think the real world is good in case there's steps or something, so you'll see that. So you're walking.
Sure.
If there's a Pokemon in your field of view, and you'll know you're trying to get to these Pokemon, these Pokespots.
Some of them are easy to get, right?
Some of them are easy to get. You walk around, and so you will see on your phone screen the real world, the sidewalk perhaps, but also a Pokemon character that you want to catch. If you don't look at your phone, you'll just see a sidewalk. If you look through your phone, you'll see the sidewalk and the layered Pokemon that you're trying to catch.
Ah, okay. So go on.
So how do you think you catch one of these Pokemon?
I whip my phone at them.
That would work once, and then no, it probably wouldn't work at all, and that'd be your only chance. What else do you think?
Well, I'm gonna, on my phone, I play a game or two. I think I have a bowling game and another game, and actually, I take my finger, as you guys can see on the screen, and I flip it kind of this way, and I'm assuming that's how you would throw it. Is that good?
He's flicking his finger north and south. Yeah.
Here's my cell phone, and I'm gonna go north to south to north to south. Yeah,
kind of like how you bring up the status screen.
Scrolling almost, kind of a thing there. I have to say this. I was at the park well over a week ago, so I'm not sure when the Pokemon craze began. And by the way, that music thing that I pulled up here on YouTube had 25 million views.
Oh, it's a huge franchise. It's
for this video.
It's the only thing Nintendo has at this point.
25 million? I didn't need to do that.
There's probably 50 videos with at least 25 million views that are related to Pokemon.
Heavenly day. What are we doing with our time? So anyway, I'm at the park.
So you flick a little virtual Pokeball at the character, and what happens is if you hit the Pokemon just right with the ball, it has to be not too high, not too low, not too hard, not too soft. You will then capture that Pokemon, and that is something you carry around. You can use it in battle. You can use it when you want. You can, trade. You can't. I don't know if you can trade Pokemon. I think at the higher levels they're talking about it. Yeah, so you can't trade them yet, but you can have them in your arsenal, and that's it. And so,
what if I have a job?
Well, you have to pick your priorities, Mike. Okay.
What if I have my schoolwork to do or something like that?
Well, some of these people, these Poke Spots, and that's where you go to wait for Pokemon. Right. So you can set up something called a lure. You can buy a lure and leave it out, and it attracts Pokemon.
I'll tell you what, if I owned a business, I would be selling some pizza.
That's what it's actually been really good for people visiting historic sites, for doing commerce in actual brick and mortar buildings. Do you remember those?
Brick and mortar?
Yeah.
Very familiar with it.
You can walk into a store.
I was in a meeting the other day, and a girl said brick and mortar, and I realized that because she was 20-something, she had no idea what she was talking about.
I hate brick and mortar. But now you can go hang out at these Poke Spots, which are hot spots that have been set up by the system to have people congregate to. And you can go in and you can get free things, right? You go in, you can find Pokemon, you can get some supplies and things that will help you compete.
Free things towards the game.
Not
a free cup of coffee.
No.
Not a free cup of coffee.
Although there are some good partnerships you could think of.
Marketing 101.
You got it. Very smart. So you go and get these things, but then you're done, right? So you can get 2 or 3 free things, and then this little color turns red, right? So you can't get any more. But
yes,
if you stick around for 5 minutes, it turns green again, and you can harvest more free things. So people are all congregating and staying at these places. It's been good for some businesses, actually.
Do you get a sticker to put on your back that says "sucker"? When you continue to
no, but in the UK, I think these people got so sick of being a Poke Spot that they were shooting water at these people coming around with hoses and everything. They were just irritated. These people loitering on their property.
Well, I was at the park at 7 o'clock in the morning with my wife and walking the dogs or whatever, and I had my phone out because my wife and the dogs had walked ahead of me, and so I'm just kind of standing there. And the night before, I'd spoken with someone to find out all about Pokemon Go, as much research as I could. So how ironic! The next morning, I'm at the park, and this kid comes up to me, and goes, "Are you looking for Pokemon?" I said, "No, I'm just checking my Twitter account. I'm looking at my email." I just kind of laughed, and he went on for minutes telling me how excited he was.
Wow, that's pretty neat. I was in Antigua last week, and they say "man" for everything. Like, "Hey, what's going on, man?" So if my name were Pokey, they'd be like, "Hey, Pokemon, what's going on?"
It'd be Pokemon, man.
That's 2 jokes in one show. Wow,
and not 2 good ones either.
Hey,
I'm here for you, buddy.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. So you get these little characters, and you get the Pokemon, and you add them, and then that's it. But think about this. This is the biggest thing for me. It's very positive.
Okay.
So first, technology was isolating us. This is before the internet.
You and your technology.
Then there became a connecting phase where we connected with people online. It became social. It became collaborative. It became something that helped us with commerce, right? The 3 C's. Now, with the GPS, with the cameras, with this augmented reality, it's really healthy because people are walking around, right? You got to watch where you're walking, but you're getting some social, some exercise.
Yep.
You're meeting other people. You're interacting with real humans. It's bringing you together with strangers. You just mentioned a conversation you had with somebody.
Right, a 15-year-old kid who I've never seen in my life. He was riding his bike. He stopped and said, "Are you looking for Pokemon?"
Yep. If you were into the Pokemon, that would be a conversation starter. So think about where this can go. This is the first phenomenon. This is happening. I think there were 174 million people actually on this already, and that's an old number. It's probably bigger now. It's just a ridiculous amount of usage. People are going all over doing it. There's other things that are going to happen. It can be done for good as well, right? So let's say charity causes, events that you want everybody to go to. This is a way to get people together for a common cause that might not know each other in advance. And so there's some quite amazing opportunities to bring people out of their homes where they used to be tethered in front of computers to now actually be social again. I think it's fabulous.
You're saying bringing people out of their homes where they used to be tethered. Certain types of people were tethered. The more technical folks, right? Is that what you're saying? So a whole breed of people that I've never seen before.
Well, America Online proved that most of the people on the internet at a certain point were not technical at all. So, everybody, my next door neighbor, he's 76, his wife is 74.
Yep.
They don't know a thing about technology, but they have a Wi-Fi hotspot, and he reads his news through his little Kindle. I mean, everybody's, got some kind of need for that technology today.
Oh, no. This is Tech Talk 2020. We embrace technology. I just, when a Pokemon replaces a Fitbit, I think that'll be an interesting moment, too. Because it's funny, I don't even administer much attention to Fitbit or whatever, but I do count my steps every day, and it kind of makes me feel a little bit better knowing that I did 10,000 steps today.
You got it. So I hope everybody understands the Pokemon craze and gets a little appreciation for the possibilities of augmented reality and GPS geocaching. There's a lot of technologies coming together, and there's going to be a lot of movement, a lot of exciting things. Things often start with games, and then they develop into actual business and life-changing apps. So I'm pretty excited.
I'm actually surprised that no one's mentioned how they're going to, utilize this technology with the convention, with the RNC, with the DNC next week. I mean, all these different types of things. I'm sure that by the time election comes around in November, there'll be some way to make the Poke trainers or masters involved in that whole process somehow, some way. All right, guys. Well, listen, thank you for tuning in to Tech Talk 2020. We had a brief conversation about Pokemon Go, and we'll have another one about it. If you guys hit us up on Facebook at Tech Talk 2020 or on Twitter, tweet at us, Tech Talk 2020. So thank you for tuning in to WINT.com and 1330 AM radio, WINT. We are changing things around here. It's pretty cool. And you can also pick us up on WINT FM 101.5. We are rocking. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you next week here on Tech Talk 2020.
Attention all GM employees, retirees, and